Level 1. The staff. You're invisible. That's the job. You work in a mansion in the Hamptons, 25,000 square feet, 14 bedrooms, staff quarters in the basement. You're a housekeeper. You arrive at 6 a.m. before the family awakes. You clean rooms they'll never enter. You fold towels no one will use. The billionaire walks past you in the hallway. He doesn't look up. You don't exist to him. You're furniture. Your manager told you the rules on day 1. Never speak unless spoken to. Never make eye contact. If you see something unusual, you didn't. If you hear a conversation, you forget it immediately. You earn $22 an hour. That's $45,000 a year if you work full time. You share an apartment with 2 other staff members in a town 40 minutes away. Yet you clean a house worth $80 million, but you can't afford to live within 10 miles of it. How ironic. You work alongside others, a private chef who makes $70,000 a year, a driver who earns $60,000, an assistant to the assistant who makes $50,000, and none of you interact with the billionaire directly. You exist in parallel. He lives his life, you make that life possible. And if you quit tomorrow, you'll be replaced by the end of the week. Level 2. The personal assistant. You coordinate everything. The billionaire has 4 homes, 2 yachts, and 3 jets. Your job is to make sure he's where he needs to be with what he needs without ever asking why. You manage his calendar. Breakfast meeting in London, lunch in New York, dinner in Miami. You book the jet. You arrange the car. You confirm the reservation. You also handle the small things. His favorite coffee, specific brand, specific temperature, delivered at 7:15 a.m. His dry cleaning picked up every Monday. His wife's birthday gift ordered 6 weeks in advance because he'll forget. You earn $85,000 a year, maybe $120,000 if you're a senior. You're on call 24 hours. He texts you at 2 a.m. because he just landed in Tokyo and realized he doesn't have the right adapters. You fix it. A car delivers them to his hotel by 6 a.m. He never says thank you. That's not personal. He just doesn't think about it. You're a system to him, not a person. But here's what you learn. You see everything. You know where he goes, who he meets, what he spends money on. You know about the second phone. You know about the offshore accounts. You know which calls he takes and which ones he ignores. You have power, but only if you stay silent. The moment you talk, you're gone, and you'll never work at this level again. Level 3. Security. You're with him everywhere. You're 6'2", former military, trained in close protection. You stand outside the restaurant while he eats. You sit in the car while he's in meetings. You walk 3 steps behind him in public. Your job is simple: keep him alive. That means threat assessment. You scan every room before he enters. You memorize exits. You profile everyone nearby. Is that guy staring too long? Is that car following too close? You also handle problems quietly. A photographer gets too aggressive. You step in. No words, just presence. He backs off. Someone tries to approach the billionaire at an event. You intercept. Hey, excuse me, sir. Not right now. Most of the time, nothing happens, but you're paid for the 1% chance something does. You earn $150,000 a year, maybe $200,000 if you're lead security. You travel everywhere. London, Dubai, Aspen, Monaco. You see the world, but you never experience it. You're always working, always watching. You also see things, the affairs, the arguments, the deals made in private. You don't react, you don't judge. You're a vault. And if you ever open that vault, you'll never work again. Worse, you might not be safe. Level 4. Lifestyle managers. You don't manage his schedule. You manage his world. You're the estate manager for his primary residence. That means overseeing 40 staff members. The gardeners, the housekeepers, the maintenance crew. You coordinate renovations. The billionaire wants the pool house redesigned. You hire the architect. You manage the contractors. You make sure it's done on time, on budget, without him ever thinking about it. You also manage his toys. His yacht needs a crew of 18. You hire them. You handle payroll. You coordinate maintenance. His jet needs repositioning from New York to London. You arrange it. His art collection is worth $200 million. You catalog it. You coordinate insurance. You arrange private viewings. You earn $180,000 a year, maybe $250,000 if you're managing multiple properties. But your job is also politics. The billionaire's wife wants something. His kids want something else. His business partner has opinions. You navigate all of it without taking sides. You make everyone feel heard while doing exactly what the billionaire wants. It's exhausting, but you're close now. You're in the inner operations. You see how wealth actually functions. Level 5. The specialists. You're technically not on staff. You're hired for your expertise. You're a tax attorney. You structure deals to minimize liability. The billionaire is selling a company for $500 million. You create an offshore entity. You route the sale through 3 jurisdictions. You reduce his tax burden by $80 million. You bill $1,200 an hour. For that deal, you make $300,000 in fees. Or you're an art advisor. The billionaire wants a Basquiat. You find one. You negotiate the purchase. You authenticate it. You arrange transport. Your commission, 10% of a $50 million sale. That's $1.5 million for 6 weeks of work. You work with multiple billionaires. You're not loyal to one. You're a mercenary. You go where the money is, but you're also disposable. You're hired for a specific problem. Once it's solved, you're gone until the next problem. You don't have access, you have expertise, and that expertise is only valuable as long as they need it. Level 6. Financial advisors. This is where we really start to get into the big leagues. You do more than just manage money. You're a private wealth manager at Goldman Sachs or UBS. The billionaire has $800 million in liquid assets under your care. Your job is growth and preservation. You build portfolios, equities, bonds, real estate funds, venture capital. You don't chase trends, you build legacy wealth. The billionaire calls you once a quarter. What's the plan? You present 3 scenarios: conservative, moderate, aggressive. He picks one, you execute. Your fee is 75 basis points. That's 0.75%. On $800 million, you earn $6 million annually for your firm. Your personal cut, maybe $400,000 to $600,000 depending on your seniority. But the real money comes from deal flow. The billionaire wants to invest in a tech startup. You introduce him to the founder. The deal closes. You take a finder's fee, 2% of a $50 million investment. That's another million in your pocket. You're also a gatekeeper. Hedge funds want his capital. Private equity firms pitch you first. You filter what reaches him. That gives you power. Funds wine and dine you. They fly you to conferences, they offer you side deals, but you have to stay clean. One conflict of interest and you're done. Trust is everything here. You also see the psychology. Billionaires don't worry about money the way normal people do. They worry about legacy, control, and influence. Your job is translating those emotions into financial structures that last generations. You bill $800 to $1,500 per hour when it's project work. Level 7. Family office staff. You work inside the machine. The billionaire has a family office, a private company that exists only to manage his wealth. You're an investment analyst there. Your job is research. The family office is considering a $100 million investment in renewable energy. You spend 3 months analyzing deals. You read reports, you model projections, you visit facilities, you present findings. They make the decision, you execute. You earn $150,000 to $250,000 a year. Good money, but you're still staff. You're not making decisions, you're supporting them. Or maybe you're the tax strategist. The billionaire made $300 million this year. Your job is structuring that income to reduce taxes legally. You use trusts, charitable foundations, offshore accounts. You coordinate with attorneys across 4 countries. You save him $60 million. Your salary, maybe $200,000, a fraction of what you saved him. But you're essential. Without you, the whole structure collapses. The family office usually has 8 to 15 people. Everyone is highly specialized. No one is redundant. It's a quiet, intense environment. Mistakes cost millions. Level 8. Family office director. You run it all. The billionaire has $4 billion in assets. You oversee the entire family office. 12 staff members report to you. You manage the investment portfolio. You coordinate tax strategy. You handle estate planning. You approve every major decision. The billionaire wants to buy a sports team. You evaluate the deal. You structure the financing. You coordinate the lawyers. You make it happen. You earn $500,000 to $1 million annually, sometimes more with bonuses. You also get equity in certain deals. The family office invests in a startup that exits for $200 million. You negotiated a 2% carry. That's $4 million in your pocket. You have direct access. You meet with the billionaire weekly, sometimes daily. You know his finances better than he does. You also carry enormous responsibility. One bad investment can cost hundreds of millions. One missed tax filing can trigger audits. One leaked document can destroy privacy. You don't sleep much, but you're at the top of the professional ladder. Only 2 levels above you now. Level 9, Chief of Staff. Congrats, you're officially managing power. The billionaire runs 3 companies and 2 foundations. He can't be everywhere. you are. You attend board meetings on his behalf. You make decisions when he's unavailable. You coordinate between his business interests and personal life. A CEO wants a meeting. They go through you. A governor calls. You screen it. A crisis erupts at one of his companies. You handle it before it reaches him. You earn $300,000 to $800,000 depending on the billionaire's net worth. But compensation isn't always salary. You get equity. You get board seats. You get access to deals. The billionaire invests $20 million in a private company. He offers you 1%. When that company goes public, your stake is worth $15 million. You also become powerful in your own right. People know if they want access to him, they need you. That makes you valuable beyond your salary, but it's also isolating. You have no peers. You can't talk about your work. You're always on, always available. The billionaire texts you at 2 a.m. You respond. He needs something handled in London by morning. You make it happen. Your life isn't yours anymore. It's his. Level 10, Inner Circle Partner. You finally made it, but at what cost? You're no longer an employee. You're an equal. Maybe you co-founded his first company. Maybe you've been his lawyer for 30 years. You brokered the deal that made him billions. You're one of 3 people he trusts completely. You don't have a salary, you have equity. You have partnerships. You have shared investments worth hundreds of millions. When he's considering a $1 billion acquisition, he calls you first. Not his board, not his advisors, you. You speak frankly. You challenge him. You're the only person who can say no. That's a bad idea. And he listens. You also operate independently. You run your own deals. You have your own wealth. But your fates are linked. If he wins, you win. If he falls, you're exposed too. You don't work for the billionaire. You work with him. And that's the highest level, the inner circle. If you enjoyed this, be sure to subscribe and comment below what you want to see next.